Kevin Lee.
All right, so we're live.
We're live.
Yes, we are.
Glad to be alive.
Yes.
As usual, we're gonna start our show with some videos pertaining to our topic.
So it don't look like y'all going nowhere. But so you might want to sit down and be content and do right and find you a black girl right here in this great United States, because they ain't letting y'all asses go nowhere.
Well, I'm sorry to bust your bubble, sister, but you can't stop us. In fact, you damn sure can't stop me. What's that old school song by McFadden and Whitehead? Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. I know. Hey, ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move.
All right, so the brothers are leaving America to seek foreign women because foreign women understand them, apparently. Here we go.
Okay, so a comment on my video sent me down a rabbit hole I don't ever want to go down again. Passport bros are real? There's this group of like 7 black men on TikTok with like passports and saying they're going to other countries to find more submissive women. No. Do they not know they're gonna be black everywhere they go? Like an African American everywhere they go? Wait, where are these other countries? Are they going anywhere in Europe? Probably not. Oh, they're manosphere bros, which means they are strategically picking countries that are stereotyped for having very relaxed, if any, rules around these two things. So they're going to other countries not to find submissive wives, but to find women and girls that they... Yeah, nah. Don't... This is real, bro. What?
Wow.
All right, yeah.
Passport bros.
Passport bros.
I never
Wow.
heard of such things.
A black man feel like he has to leave an entire fucking country to go find love.
Dude, you 100% correct. I totally agree with you. Okay? It's these women rather be with thugs than over the professionals. And then, you get mad because the professionals can't find love within their own community. They got to go outside the fucking country to find it. And they find the women, not only that is just absolutely beautiful, but they also find them that they're loving and caring and they're about the fucking family. I'm not saying all black women are like that, because you do have them in our community, but they're hard to find. And they're also the ones that get chastised when they speak up and defend us. So, you know what? This is what guys got to do. Guys got to do it. And the guys that are doing it, those are the ones making like high 5-6 figures. It ain't Pookie and Ray Ray going over there.
Tiffany, this show is going to be all about you. You know, with all the knowledge. Why are American women so hard to get along with? Anyway, here we go, folks. Here we go.
Let's rock it. Let's rock it.
Now that you gain, you break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. We in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and infecting all our baggage and drama. Then we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. With Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We will give you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. It's called Kevin and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, happy birthday to Kevin and
Woo.
both.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Kevin had a wonderful birthday with that brand spanking new BMW 2023. And then Tiffany coming through with a cupcake with the one candle.
A big old cupcake.
Damn.
Hi,
Is
Jill. Hi,
Is that
Uncle
real?
Jill.
Can you eat
that
that?
real?
Yes,
Tiffany,
this is real. This is a cupcake.
well, you can share your cupcake. I ain't sharing my BMW.
Happy birthday to both you guys. We love you guys, and
Thank you, Carl.
Sagittarius season.
Yes, it is.
One more year.
One more year. One more year on. One more candle on the cake. It's blessed. Hey, it's blessed to be here in this world, man. When so many people don't make our age, man. So it's a blessing just to wake up. And before we start the show, Carl, if I could just give a shout out to the great Irene Cara who passed away. Just wanted to. She's now an ancestor, man, and man, that was my first childhood crush, man. So I was broken up by seeing that news, man.
Me too.
I had the biggest crush on that girl, man, back in the day. I just thought she's the most beautiful human on the planet. And man, so that one hurt, man. That's a celebrity loss that hurts, but
Yeah, she did Flashdance. She did
yes,
Fame. She
yeah.
did Sparkles. What can I do?
And not to get off our show topic, but there's a video trending with her right now where she talks about how the industry blackballed her. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I saw that.
Why?
She got blackballed because this industry is like that. She asked for more money. She was very talented, and she had the #1 hit record in America. I mean, in the world.
Yeah.
And they did her dirty. And that's why people go, "Where you been?" Nobody's seen Irene Cara for years, right? She haven't worked in years. She wasn't broke though. Her money was looking good from what I understand, but she hasn't been working, and that's because she got blackballed. So we'll get into that. We'll get into that on another show, man.
Absolutely, I saw that. They blocked her from making records. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that, and I didn't know that she was a Latino sister too. I didn't even care. I was growing up. I loved her. She was iconic to me. We salute her, Irene Cara.
Exactly. Yeah, man. That was the girl, man. She was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was only 63, man. It's like,
Man,
Very
that's just
young, yes.
Oh my God, that's just too young, man.
But she
Unbelievable.
left a mark. She left a mark.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to do.
Yeah. So
Right.
welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning in with us another Sunday night, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thank you for spending this hour with us. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel. We will be here every Sunday. We're gonna kick the show off. We wanted to lighten it up. I just felt like all of our shows were we go pretty intense with our topics. So I just wanted to kind of break it up a little, but this is kind of serious though. I mean, it's we're gonna have fun, but
I was about to say, Carl, if you think talking about relationships with black women is going to be light, you lost your mind.
Yeah, because I'm about to be snapping my neck.
Exactly. Look at Tiffany's face, right? Look at Tiffany's face swelling up already. That was some light show. We're about to get our ass handed to us.
I'm saying it. I'm talking. I'm looking at Tiffany, and I'm like, okay, I'm not seeing because I showed the videos that they call them passport bros.
Passport bros. I've never heard.
They are groups of black men who are getting the passports and they're leaving America and they're going to other countries like Brazil and Thailand and wherever, because they feel they can't deal with American women. Apparently, it's black American women they can't seem to deal with.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's start this show off with somebody. I don't want this to come off wrong. There's been an international lover, okay? So this is being real. My ex-wife, Sueli, is from Rio de Janeiro.
Right.
So I was married to a Brazilian woman. All right, who was, and also was in a full-time, almost living relationship with a lady from Cambodia.
Yeah.
So I've been with the Asian lady, a Cambodian. I've been with I married the Brazilian woman. So for brothers who think these women are different than American women, I am here to tell you right now, no. Women are women.
Yeah.
I don't care what part of the globe you go to, you got this fantasy that you're going to find some woman that's going to massage your back and be submissive to you every time you walk through the door. You can get that in any good woman, you know, but or any woman that loves you is going to take care of you. But it's not going to happen just because she's from a certain island or something like that, or she's from a certain country or something like that. Because I've dated women of lots of different nationalities in my life and around the world, and I'm here to tell you, of all the ladies I've dated from other countries and Sri Lanka, yeah, I dated Sri Lanka, Brazilian, different Asian women. I dated a Korean girl. Like I said, I was almost in a living relationship with a Cambodian girl. I mean, I've been in a lot of different.
A universal, worldwide. What?
And
Hey.
basically, you're saying they're all the same. Like,
Yeah, I'm here to tell you they're all the same because everything I deal with the average everyday black sister that I've dated or been with in my life, I've had the same things with the other women. So there's no different. Men are men and women are women, I believe. I mean, I've never dated other men, so I can't say that. But I'm saying I've dated other women from different countries, different backgrounds and things like that. And at the end of the day, brothers out here who has this fantasy of finding these women from different countries that they're gonna just be straight up ass kissers and treat you like a king. You can get treated like a king from the average African American woman if you just do what you're supposed to do.
yeah,
that's real talk.
yeah. I mean, Kev, I felt the same way. A woman is a woman. I don't care where you go, and a man is a man. I don't care where you go. So if women think they can leave one country or go to another country, of course, we all have different cultures.
Yeah.
But basically, you know what I mean? If you be nice, the other person will obviously react nice. Like I said, of course, we have different ways of doing things, but basically, I don't see the answer is leaving America thinking you're going to China or you're going to go to Japan or wherever, because they watch TV and all, and on the stereotype for Asian women is like, oh, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they think they're gonna get. You know what I mean? But that is, it's just crazy to think that.
And it's not just men though. Like, remember the movie Stella Got Her Groove Back? Remember that movie?
Yeah.
You know, where Angela Bassett hooked up with the Allen guy, right? So I mean,
it's so back a firecracker.
Yeah, but she could find a firecracker. I mean, he was a firecracker, I guess, but you could find that same firecracker in Brooklyn, right?
No,
or Connecticut, or I'm just saying, right?
No,
or you saying that doesn't exist?
No. You 100% right, but I think it was a situation where she went out of the country, and I think it was a manipulating thing. He saw an opportunity to get into America. Okay. You know, I think that everybody have their, they use their opportunity. So most of these women want their cards, or most of the men want their cards to come into the country. It's all different reasons why people go and date out of their culture. Okay, let me put this out. This is fair use. This is our opinions. Everything is alleged. Don't come for us, okay? Because I don't want anybody to come for us. But yeah, a lot of men do that for those reasons. And to be honest with you, some of those men that I see that go over there, I don't want them. They can go over there. Because like you said, the women are the same way.
Right. I was a single man at this time. So I was over in Okinawa, Japan.
You've been around.
I was doing a show. I was performing on a military base in Okinawa for our troops, and I'm over in Japan for about 3 weeks, traveling around Japan. And yes, I spread my wealth while I was there. But anyway, I was on a base in Okinawa, and I was talking to a sister. She was a female, a police officer who was stationed over there. She was a MP, that they call the police officers over there. MPs with the military police officers. So we got to talking after the show, and she ended up back at my, hotel. And we sat and we talked for hours, man. And she was telling me, and she was a good-looking sister, man. I mean, she was hot. But she was telling me that she couldn't get a brother. She said, I cannot find a brother over here because they all come over to Okinawa, and the first thing they do when they get here is they look for the Japanese women. I mean, yeah, they look for the Japanese girls and the Thailand girls and all the girls from that, the Asian girls, all the Asian girls that run around Okinawa. That's all the military boys want. That's all the brothers go. As soon as they get off the plane in Okinawa, first day they go and trying to find some Asian panani. So yeah, and she says she have trouble finding men.
What
And
Carl said, they be like, "Thank you, thank you." They don't. They want those type of women. They,
I don't think those. I don't think they're that. I mean, I can't speak for that, but I don't think they're all that way.
No,
Tip, I
not
think
all.
they're.
Just some
I think they're that
percentage.
way when you get into a relationship because most of those women. I don't want to stereotype everybody, but most of the women over there can't wait to marry a military guy. That's how they get the hell out of there and get back to.
And benefits and
That's
benefits.
how they get back to Norfolk, Virginia, and get into the United States, right? They marry them sailors and all them guys over there. Then they end up back over here. You see a lot of brothers with Asian wives walk around. Where do you think they met them at? They met them when they were in the military.
Yeah, the military. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
one of the complaints with the passport bros is that they need a woman who's submissive. Now I don't know what they mean by submissive, as
meaning that they're not going to talk too much. They're manageable. We talked about this before. You understand? They're manageable. They're not going to say too much. They're not going to ask for too much. They're not going to. They just want someone that's going to be quiet and do what they say do, because they're giving them a different life. I told you, it's a different life. They don't have money over there. So when you get an American man that comes over there, and he falls in love, what he going to do? He going to take care of. He going to do all that. And you saying this passport, bro, this been going on for years. This not just happened. It's just that now we have social media.
It's not just the poor countries, though. It's not they're going over the country.
no, it's just everything. Yeah, I just saw something pop up on my phone. I was on some TikTok or Instagram, something like that. It popped up. It was a website to date Asian women. Yeah, they were like, you want to meet with Asian women or Latino women through this website. So you sign up, and that's how you meet them. You go on this website, you sign up. I don't know if you had to pay any money or anything because I obviously didn't sign up, but I'm just saying it's a website that you sign up just so you can date women from other countries, Asian women and stuff like that. So it's a big market. It's a big money thing too. It's all about money. So a lot of guys who got some cash, man, first thing they do, they get on these websites and they look for these ready-made brides from other countries, so they can. Yeah, I mean, that's what they want, man. They want these girls from other countries, and they marry them because they think they have this fantasy that if you're from another country, that you're more beautiful than American women because you're something different. It's those women are exotic. Men and black men are mentally conditioned to like exotic women.
That's the point right
it's just exotic, and it's something we didn't have. Like growing up, we didn't have that the exotic girl. What was the rapper who said she had the almond shaped eyes? She brags about that in her record. She had the almond shaped eyes.
Kids. They want their kids. They feel like their kids will be pretty if they with girls like them, and
Well, you know what's funny? I got a friend. He's black as all black can be, and he's got the nappy hair. And he said he knew from little, he was not going to marry another black woman because he did not want his kids to have hair like his.
Wow.
And that's something that he was raised with in his home.
So he married. He married his wife is from India.
Well, I'm glad he got some Indian thick hair. They got Indian thick hair.
So he married a woman from India, and now his kids have that hair that he feels is better than his hair. I mean, he literally thinks his hair is horrible. Like,
but then that's conditioned, though. Isn't that what Malcolm X said? Malcolm X said we're conditioned to think that our hair and our nose is wrong. There's nothing wrong about hair. Just like people look. we see it all the time. Women are now injecting their lips, injecting their asses, and everything else to
That's
look
right.
like Tiffany. You know, they want a big booty, they want big lips, they want this, they want. So women are trying to. Women from other countries are trying to be black. You know,
Yeah.
they're trying
But
to look like us. So
Mhm.
while we were taught that this doesn't work, it does work because one of the number one industries in the country in the world is
It's
suntan
mimicking
lotion.
us. Right.
The
It's
suntan
mimicking.
lotion. You know, so everybody wants to be brown skin. Everybody wants big lips, full lips. Everybody wants, you know, be voluptuous and have the booties. That's why plastic surgeon guys are making millions of dollars right now, putting asses on girls and stuff who don't have them, right? Because they want to look like sisters. So,
Hmm.
and you know,
But
even
then
I
you have
watch.
a lot. Did you sorry to cut you off? But then you have a lot of sisters going over there to those countries where all of those men is at, trying to pick up those women. But y'all changing your bodies, and y'all dying on the table to change your body when you should just love yourself. I think that's a main issue that I think that we're going through. We don't know how to love ourselves. And also we do not know how to get along with one another. So they feel like they have to go to another culture or go to another race when we are right here. We are here. You understand? And please, I know some of our women are not on point, but it's millions of us. It's a lot of us. It's not like you don't have the picking or the choosing. We have all cultures. We have all different colors. You know, we have black and white. We have mixed. You have a mixture of everything. You don't have to go to another country to find somebody to follow your instructions and do as daddy say do.
Right, right.
Say hi to a couple of people. Hi, Norma Staley. That's Tanya's grandma. Thank you for sticking
Hi.
with us. We love you. Thank you for sticking with us. Nicole Coates from YouTube says happy birthday to Kevin and Tiffany.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you
you,
very much.
sister.
Uh,
Put $1 million in that Cash App. Thank you. I can use that. Got a BMW
Shoot, my
payment.
sister need the $1 million in her cash app. My baby down there taking care of them boys on her own.
Gina Fiore, our number one fan, Gina.
Hey, Gina.
Gina says she spent all her life trying to get rid of her butt. She said,
I love my butt.
"Yeah, I guess butt is butt a black man thing. I mean, because
I think it is.
yeah, because you've been hanging out with some white brothers, and they're like, man, look at she's so hot, and you look at her, she looks like olive oil. And you go, that is not hot.
No,
No, but
no.
everybody is to each his own. Don't get it twisted. You know, some people like them skinny, some people like them medium, some people like them thick, some people like them extra thick. You understand? A man done told me I was too small, and I'm looking at him like, what? And I'm thick. You understand? But he likes them bigger. So to each his own. It's y'all all the same size when you lay in the bed.
Yeah, but I noticed though about white dudes like them, you know, like real skinny.
Well, that's their type. And you know, long as y'all both are enjoying each other and having fun and y'all not bothering nobody else, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right?
So Waylon B, what up, Waylon from YouTube?
Yeah.
Waylon B said, as a vet, I have to call BS on the fact that military men are only looking for foreign women. Did somebody say that?
I said that.
Oh, okay.
I was relaying my story of the MP on the base in Okinawa, who told me, and she was a very beautiful sister, that she's been stationed in Okinawa for years, and she couldn't find a black man because most of them that came over to Okinawa
dating women already.
were looking for Asian women as soon as they got off the plane, and I know Waylon B personally, but I've been, and he is a vet. Thank you for your service, Waylon B. But my point is, as I performed around the world on bases, and I've been to Korea, Japan, Italy, Spain, Bahrain. I've been on bases all over this world, and not, you know, as an entertainer. And when I do travel to these other countries, especially the Far East, I see lots of white men and black women in the Far East. 90% of them had Asian wives or Asian, you know, significant others. So the eyes don't lie. I'm just telling you what I've seen when I've been to the bases in the Far East, you know.
Yeah, and it's a certain percentage. It's not all. We're saying what is his experience what he's
Yeah.
seeing, but it is a certain percentage that do go towards the Asian women, you know, and then some don't. But then what's over there? You know, that's what you see. So you want to get a taste of that, you know? And they probably like whatever you like.
Yeah, I can dig it. Yeah.
I also did an experiment. This was a few years. This was years ago, though, where they created like a bar scene, and they brought in black women and white women, and they you know brought in black men and all different kinds of men, and the black men gravitated more towards the white women than they did towards the black women. They had black women natural hair, and they found that a lot of the black men kind of tend to move toward the women with the you know the straight weave hair rather than the women with the natural hair didn't get a lot of interaction with the men. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there is something to be said. And I mean, it's never good to paint with a broad brush or generalize.
Right.
Right. So, like, Carl, in your country, for example, like in Barbados, it's not big on that though, right? You guys would date a sister in a minute over a Caucasian or Asian woman. Do you have that over in your country? Like a lot of?
It's only
no.
We don't have a lot of Asian. I don't think
you don't have a lot of interracial dating, period, right?
No, but let me say this though. What we do have is a lot of white women who come from other countries and they
talk about it.
Yeah, and they a lot of the black men.
Okay, they're seeking the black man. Yeah.
But now I'm seeing more of women from other countries, such as the islands in Africa. They date white men.
Because I know a white bartender. I know a white bartender at a comedy club I used to work down in Annapolis, Maryland, and her friends used to go over to Jamaica on a regular just to date the Jamaican men, and they were straight up white. They were out of a part of Maryland that's just, you know, they were just straight. I mean, they were white girls. I mean,
they was looking for Dexter St. Jock.
Yeah, they would take their trips over to Jamaica. She used to brag about it. She was a bartender. She used to brag about her trips to Jamaica to me, because I was a comedian. I was hanging at the bar with them, talking trash. They say, "I'm going to Jamaica next week. I got guys over there." And her and her girls would fly over to Jamaica on a regular basis just to go over there and hook up with Jamaican men. You know what it was for, right? You know what it was for. So I think it's everybody. I don't think it's just black men with the passports going. I think everybody does it to a certain extent, you know. Yeah, I think everybody does. It's a fantasy. Everybody fantasize. I mean, the number one pornography view sites in the world are interracial. You know, so yeah, interracial porn sites are visited more than any other sites. Period. You know, maybe not as much as child pornography, but which is sickening. But yeah, interracial porn is like the number one rated visit sites on things like Pornhub and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, man, you know. Hey.
And it's so bug. Almost 60 years ago, you even look at a white woman, you'll get your head hung on a tree, on a sycamore tree.
Yeah, that is facts. That's why we had Emmett Till situation. Yeah. So yeah, hey, look at it now. Yeah. That's crazy.
And it's so, just to be honest with you, and please, this is no disrespect to white men. They're not my type.
Well, I mean, if it's not your type, it's not your type.
Right. And that's what I mean. It's like everybody have a preference to who they like, what they like, you know, who they want. And some men like women that just don't say too much. They just say whatever you like, you know, and to each his own. They don't want no woman like me that's going to try to solve problems, work together.
I mean, but I think the whole reason for these men going to these other countries seeking women is because, as Tiffany said, they want women that are manageable. They don't want a woman that talks back to them. They want a woman that lets them lead. One guy says American women would not allow a man to lead, and he feels like if a man's in the household, he's supposed to lead.
He's not westernized.
And
yeah. So when the sisters get that reputation though of being big mouths, is that something we put on sisters, or is that an actual fact?
Both of them.
But okay, we can't deny that black men do have an edge, right? I mean, black people in general have an edge.
Look what we have been through.
Right, exactly. Is it bad? You know what I mean? Should
No,
we
it's not. We earned it.
That's what I'm saying. But
Tiffany, shut your mouth while we talking. No, I'm just kidding. You see a man talking? That's the problem. Paul's talking. See, if we had a Asian lady on this panel right now, she wouldn't speak until it's her turn.
Like, oh, so sorry.
That was a good one.
It's a perfect example as to why men are going overseas.
It's me. It's because of me.
They want that stereotypical,
Yes, they don't want all of this in the natural. They don't want. It's too much. They want somebody toned
They
down.
want the geisha girl.
Right? Yeah, well, I don't blame them. Sometimes some of them girls are fine. Fine woman is a fine woman. I don't care where you come from, but they all got mouths. They all got attitudes. I ain't never dated a woman without attitude. I don't care where they came from. So
that's right, Kev.
That's what I was saying at the beginning of the show, man. Women are women. Women are women. As my stepdad used to say, I don't know what he meant by this, but he used to always say, when you turn them upside down, they all look the same.
If you don't know what he meant, I'll tell you after this
show. I knew what he meant. I'm just saying he was saying this when I was 15, 14 years old. When I was 14 years old, I didn't know what he meant.
If you turn them upside down, they're all the same.
That was cute.
All right, we're gonna move into another topic. This one is it's not gonna be as fun as the Tiffany, can you update us on the Shaquella?
Shaquella, it's just
Shaquella, and also the guy that shut up the Walmart. You know, he was a brother. I swear to God, I thought it was a white dude.
Yeah, man. Well, when they said it was a manager of the Walmart, I kind of stopped thinking it was a white guy, because most of the managers, that area is,
is a black
that area. I spent that area, man. I was just thinking, I got to be a brother. That's what I said to myself.
Somebody told me that too. My friend, she said, that's more of a, African American, as they say, or black, people, urban. I'm using all the words that everybody want to use. I don't want to, urban area where they went there. So, like you said, you figure that,
Yeah, man, that's a sad situation, man. Wow, day before Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah, I heard he wrote a death note. They found in his phone, and he was talking about his co-workers and how they got on his nerves. So,
and they were picking on him, yeah.
Yeah. So my message is to people: please be careful. You don't know who you could be entertaining. You don't know who people are or what they go through. And just be easy. We don't know what was going on that he just felt like he needed to go in there and take some co-workers out. But he also told some co-workers that he didn't have a problem with to leave too.
But then we had this conversation earlier about this whole situation with how people picked on us when we were kids or teenagers. What happened, or just what happened today where somebody picks on you, you go get a gun and kill everybody?
They're more emotional now.
And why is that? Because I've been picked on a lot. I guess we all been picked on a lot.
Different timing, different era. We came from parents that went through, segregation. Their parents went through sharecropping and slavery. This is a whole different era, a whole different set of young people. They're very emotional. They cannot control their emotions. Also, they said that he lost his mother, he lost his sister to COVID. It was a lot adding up, and we need to focus more, and the people need to focus more on his mental health.
What I don't understand, though, is in really poor countries like parts of Africa and And these really, really poor with people have absolutely nothing to eat. And these people have got to be the most depressed people. But there's no killings like there is in these other countries where people have a lot more. Right? You got kids that are grown, they never had shoes. They go to school. The schools are like there's a mud floor, just two,
They don't have TV or internet.
nothing. But these people still manage to get up every morning and do what they have to do without any violence. So why?
And this guy, well, how old was this guy? 32 years old?
Yeah,
And he's a manager of a Walmart, like you're already you're manager of a big chain store. It's not the worst paying job in the world, but it's not, you're making a decent salary. I don't know. I just think,
I think it's too much access. Guns are too easily accessible.
He got that gun that same night, that same day. Like, I didn't know you could just go into places, just pick up guns just randomly and don't get no check like that.
They sell guns in Walmart. I'm surprised you didn't get it from the store you worked at.
Yeah, I think it should be a process. I thought it was a process before you can go in and just be able to get a gun like that. It's just horrible that people had to lose their life, and they probably had red flags. They probably saw things that was going on, and nobody said anything about it or did anything, and now this happened. So I hope that they at Walmart with their corporation, they start doing some mental health awareness, and start working more with the managers. My sister had an issue at her job because the managers wasn't on point, and she wound up having a fight, whooping, some ass.
Wow.
A literal fight, like she whooped some ass.
She whooped some ass. They was very unprofessional in there. The managers wasn't doing what they supposed to do, and a little young girl started cursing her out. My sister's a grown woman trying to take care of children. You're not going to be disrespectful, And she was disrespectful. So my thing is, we need to worry about these corporations training their people properly, having some type of sensitivity training with their management, and not being rude, disrespectful, to look out for, red flags or something's going on. Because they said he walked right in there in the break area and just started loading off. So something was going on.
Yeah.
Well, we know nobody takes mental health seriously though until something happens. Until the mentally ill person hurts somebody else or kill a bunch of people, then we start looking at mental health. But if you can't call up your job and say I'm having some mental issues today, I can't come in. Like they'll just look at you like you're crazy or like don't even bother.
Right. But they do have a thing called mental health day. Like if you ask them, say I need a mental health day, they're supposed to grant that. That's what I heard because a couple of my friends took it. If you feel like you need that day, they should give it to them. Because you don't want people to be coming up, rolling up and be mad. And that's the worst. Going to a job where you hear all these mad people and upset people.
Yeah.
So the Shaquilla case is, they have a warrant out for somebody's arrest right now. They're not giving out no names because I think it's some type of things that you have to do before you announce who is the killer. But we just hope that it comes out. I don't have a lot because I just wait until all the information, because people be putting out this and that and this, that. We wait until the family, they say they just waiting for the arrest. Also, I wanted to really talk. We had another mass shooting at the gay club in Colorado.
Oh yes.
And that was very sad. And
I decide whether that was a hate crime or was the guy just did he hate gays or
no? I don't think if I'm correct,
they're saying it's a hate crime from what I understand.
A hate crime, but I heard he has a pronoun.
He has
a what?
He has a pronoun or something.
Gender fluid or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. If y'all know in the comment, please put it in there. But I heard something about he had a pronoun or something like that. But to be honest with you, did y'all see they whooped his ass? You should have saw him in the courtroom like this.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was tore up. They tore his ass up in the middle of the dance floor. But he took a lot of people out. And I am sorry. And we send our condolences out to the LGBTQ. You should never have to, feel like you can't go and enjoy yourself in your space and feel harmed. Nobody should never feel like that. Did y'all hear
Was
about?
that was the black man? Was that a white man or black man? Or, I'm
Cav,
serious.
You're breaking up.
it's breaking up, Cav.
I'm
Say it again.
serious. Is that better? Was the killer there African man also?
Hold on. We trying to get you back.
I'm me. That me breaking up or somebody else breaking up?
That's you
No,
breaking.
it's you breaking up.
That's me breaking up? Am I
Yeah.
breaking up?
Well, you have broken up. Yeah,
Broke up.
yeah,
I'm
broken
still
up.
here. Hold on.
All right, I'm gonna read. Pam. What up, Pam?
Hey, Pam.
Pam was a former co-host, but she decided to take a break, and hopefully you're gonna come back, Pam. We want to even it out with Kevin and Tiffany and me, and I'm sure Tiffany gets lonely, needs another female on the show. No, I'm just playing. Tiffany's fine. Where did Kevin go?
I think that he had a glitch and he will be back.
So Pam said, too many children have been taught they are winners at all things, which is true. When my kids play basketball and kids would shoot and miss, and they would tell them, good job, good job. I'm like, no, that is not a good job. He missed.
No. Or just tell him to try again,
Yeah, try harder.
I'm not giving you no props for no missed ball, no Shaquille O'Neal, because that's what I'm gonna start calling missed throws, Shaquille O'Neal.
Everyone in class must be invited, or none can be. Children haven't learned grow to be rejected from a young age. Yes, they haven't had to deal with rejection.
But also, we must teach our children about rejection. We must tell them that not everybody's going to like you. You're not going to win everything. You understand? Sometimes you have to lose to be able to get to the next level. So we have to teach that at home.
Yeah. And, when kids expect everything handed to them and they don't get it, then they get upset. And if there's a gun nearby, they'll use it.
Yeah, that, or they're going to treat you bad, or they're going to abuse you, as a parent. Because I know a lot of parents that are getting abused by their children because they gave their children everything. They didn't give them no boundaries. And so now they don't have none now, and they don't care about them. And that's sad.
Yeah.
So we have to teach our children.
Yes. So what else you got for us, Steve?
So, I did wanted to. Kevin didn't even come back. I did wanted to talk to him about us to talk about the Balenciaga. Did you?
Okay, I saw something about them and child porn or child.
Did you see the picture?
With kids holding a teddy bear
and the teddy bear has chains on it.
What is
like
that?
Like the whips and chains type of chain.
Okay.
Yeah, what is going on with that?
I have no idea.
I mean, y'all going too far. Y'all was going too far when y'all was doing all those monkey pictures on the clothes and stuff. Now y'all doing this, and you got people out there rocking y'all clothes and spending hundreds and maybe thousands of dollars on y'all clothes, and y'all disrespectful people. Y'all need not to buy them no more. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. No child, and a child was holding it. What about? I want to know what happened with the parent. The parent allowed your child to be in a picture with a teddy bear chained up. So I don't know.
Okay. So, and that's what I think Candace Owens was she talking about that? I think I saw.
Yeah, she went in on Kim Kardashian because she's one of spokesperson. She felt like you went in on Kanye in front of everything in front of everybody about anti-Semitism, but you did not go against Balenciaga about their child pornography, and you have children in your home. So that's what Candace Owens was stating, and she was calling her Kimmy. She was like, go up on Instagram, Kimmy, and denounce Balenciaga. She was going in on her. She was going in, but she's right. You cannot promote something that is promoting child pornography. That's horrible. Nobody should have to worry about their children, especially with clothing on and what that represents.
But do we know that it is child pornography for sure? Or are people just speculating?
Well, if you look at it and you think about it and you're an adult, look at it. It has chains on it. And it's like a S&M type of thing.
Really? Oh, okay. Because when I saw the picture, I saw it was blurred. It wasn't, it was. I didn't see the full picture. I saw the kids holding a teddy bear and someone was describing it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the actual, picture.
But Carl, if it wasn't that serious, why they went up there and put an apology up there?
True.
They put an apology up there because they knew that people talked about it.
Yeah. So they knew what they were doing.
So they had to immediately put a statement out and express that they apologize or anything. You shouldn't have put it out anyway. And who is on their staff and their marketing?
Now, are people going to stop doing business with them like they stopped doing business with Kanye?
Bang, bang, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead, Carl. That just gave you some free clean ear shots. I don't do gunshots. But look, yeah,
is that worse than, what makes what Kanye did worse than child, come on, like.
Yeah, but they're going to choose to go in on him, but they're not going to go in on people that's really doing this. And this is a main brand that they are rocking. Kim promotes it. And you have children, and you wonder why he was online flipping about his child being on Instagram. He don't want his children on Instagram and having Instagram pages because he knows what's going on behind those closed doors. It's a lot of nastiness, and you have to protect your children. Listen to a lot of them child stars that tell their story of what they had to go through, in the industry, being touched, molested, or hurt. Now what's his name? Silverstein, Einstein. What's that guy name? He was in the Hollywood. All those women that he took advantage of and raped.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's coming out now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you would think who is it? It was what's his name?
You're back.
Yeah, I got a badass 2-year-old in my house that unplugged the internet.
Right. It seems like you can get away with, with sexual stuff more than you can. What's the name of that actor? Shoot, I can't.
We're talking about the Balenciaga picture.
Nicholson. He said in Hollywood, if you shoot a tit, it's okay, but if you kiss it, it's a problem.
Right. Yeah, we talking about the picture that the Balenciaga put up, the advertising ad with the young child holding the teddy bear in like a S&M form. They had chains on it and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, look at that. You got something to look at it now, so you can see it on your phone.
Yeah, I can look at it on my iPad, which I cut my iPad off because I thought that was a distraction, but it wasn't. The internet was unplugged downstairs, so I'll look it up. Yeah, so you're saying that that's interesting, and there's a controversy over it, obviously.
Yeah, because Carl even just said it, how everybody was going in on Kanye, why they didn't do that, right, Carl?
Yeah, well, how come they're not going after them for, that child pornography or that, well, we know why, we all know why, why they the hammer seems to come down on Black people a lot harder than it comes down on everybody else. I mean, you see it everywhere. You see it with police brutality, the amount of force, you see a 4 or 5 policemen on top of one black man.
Yeah, I saw that. I can't even press play on it.
It's they seem to just go after black people, which brings us back to why black people have an edge and why people say black women have an attitude. And you can't help but have an attitude. And I've said that before. If you live in America and you're black, you can't help but have an attitude.
Yeah.
When I go back to Barbados, people tell me I have an attitude. And they're probably right.
Because you recognizing that bad behavior.
Yeah. And I'm more sensitive. I listen harder when people say
yes.
I look closely at stuff that, stuff they don't see, and I catch a lot of stuff. I was actually at a store one time and my friend went in to return something and she walked over to the salesman and, said she wanted to return this. And he pointed her when she turned away to go over to where she was going to return it, he gave her such a look of disgust.
Oh, wow.
He looked at her like, you know what I mean? He looked her up and down and turned up his nose but while he was talking to her, he was smiling. But he didn't know I was with her because I was standing off to the side.
So you're watching.
Yes, and I saw just the way he looked at her like she was nothing. She was, you know what I mean? And and that's the kind of stuff that now I pay attention to.
Yeah.
Wow, I see it right here. Wow.
So what do you think, Kev? You're a dad. I mean, what do you?
What is Valencia? Honestly, what do they make? I mean, they make kids clothes. What do they do?
I don't buy anything that's from
I think we overreact to everything now. I just think everything is an overreaction, and that is because of the internet, and because now we live in a world where everybody can have an opinion because of the internet. You know what I mean? Like everybody has their 15 minutes of fame now because of the internet. So you can bitch about things you normally wouldn't bitch about, because now you got a voice. You understand what I'm saying? You have a voice to complain about everything now, and people do. They complain about everything. So I'm looking at this, but you don't
see anything in it that's worth all the hoopla.
No, I don't. I really don't. I think people, need to raise their kids with some sort of morals. I don't think the kid knows what this is. If it's, I don't think the kid is going, hey. This turns me on.
No, you crazy. No, it's
you know what I'm saying?
Company. It's the company. We know the kids don't know what's going on. We talking about the adults in the company and marketing,
right?
And the parents.
Got you.
But if the company meant anything by it, I don't think they will be that open. You know what I mean? If they really meant that to be sexual, would they put it out in public like that? I mean, are they that?
Yes, they're very brazen. You know that they want to see how far they're going to get.
Well, they say the best place to hide is in plain sight.
And that's what it was. It was in plain sight because I didn't recognize it until I had to look. And I'm like, why is he holding that teddy bear? If you don't need to hold that teddy bear, that's not a children's teddy bear. Let's say it like that. That's not a children's teddy bear. That's an adult teddy bear.
Right. It's could be. You're right, Tiff, in a way. But I don't know. Is this thing selling like hotcakes though? Is this like is this thing flying off the shelves at millions per minute for kids around the world? Or are black parents buying this for their kids? Probably not.
Oh no, right? But the molesters is probably buying it. My thing is it's all about visual representation. And the thing is our people are buying up this like crazy. Start buying black owned everything. That's what you do.
I can't afford black owned everything. We too expensive, man.
You is crazy. We ain't that daggone expensive.
Hey, look, I went and bought some. I went to a Jamaican restaurant last week. And I ordered oxtail and I ordered some jerk chicken. And this is at the mall at a food court. not even a real damn Jamaican restaurant. And my bill was $40 for those 2 dishes. I'm like,
Yeah,
$40?
it's $20 a plate now for oxtails. The oxtail ass went up.
Oh my.
Yeah, $40. You got off cheap.
Yeah, that's $20. It's almost $20 a plate for oxtail. So oxtail is a luxury.
Yeah, but for that $40, I could have bought enough Chinese food to feed a village. That's what I'm saying. I could have went to the Indian restaurant down the street and got the same thing for $20 for 2 dishes. That's a serious point I'm making. Is that because I go to the Indian restaurant all the time because I like Indian food, and when I go there, I order for Patricia and I get the dish, and it's chicken and rice or whatever the case may be, and curry or whatever, and it's like $16 for both orders. Then I go to the Jamaican restaurant, order the same thing basically, and it's $40. And I'm like, why do we always have to? I mean, overcharge for our services? You know.
But how you don't know if
I know I'm wrong for saying this, but I'm right for saying this too. You know, huh? Because I do shop black. I do shop black, and I see it, and I'm calling it out because I don't play around. You know that. I keep it real on this show. I keep it real. Period.
Mm-hmm.
We overcharge. Black businesses overcharge.
Yeah, they do
all the time to their people, and that's a problem. It needs to be fixed because you if you're going to support a black business, you can't. You gotta like, and I'm not saying we need to make black people need to make money, you know, but you don't have to overcharge on everything, you know, to your sisters and brothers who support your business. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you don't have to overcharge, but your own people will go out there and buy Balenciagas and all these expensive things that they really don't need when you don't want to spend it with us. But I understand how you feel about that. But you also know that they putting extra taxes on our businesses too. So sometimes people have to put extra, not a lot, because I don't believe in that price gouging either. You know, but at least make it affordable, because I'm not spending an arm, a leg, and a foot and a toe.
I read a couple comments here. Upon running from YouTube said the people who is on top have no benefit to uplift the down press. If the melanated people feel like they are down pressed, they need to react. React as in, you know, protest. I mean, react. And I'm on
step up your game.
I don't want to say I'm sick and tired of. I'm not sick and tired of protesting, but all the marching and calling people's names. Where do we go? Where do we get? What do we get from all the Michael Brown and John Smith and whoever name we were chanting and marching? I mean,
I tell you what, marching got you, Carl. Marching got you to be able to sit on a podcast every Sunday and talk shit. That's what marching got you, brother.
I was sitting back. I didn't want to do it, but thank you, Kev.
You mean
because if it wasn't for our ancestors who did the marching, we wouldn't be able to have the balls to sit here and do what we had to do. Just as Tiffany said earlier, 60 years ago, people like Emmett Till were murdered for whistling at white women. Now today we can get a passport and go, you know, and go look for women of other colors or you know, or date white women per se, you know, in public or whatever. But we couldn't even whistle at a white woman 60 years ago without getting lynched, right? So that's what marching got us. Marching got us where we can, because interracial dating, I think that law just passed, 50 years ago, something like that. I mean, it's not that old. You know what I mean? Like, we take for granted some of the things we can do now as African Americans or black people in America. We take advantage. We take that for granted because we didn't live in the 60s or the 50s. It wasn't that long ago, 50s and 60s. I just turned 58, 3 or 4 days ago, right? And just think 60 years ago, my parents were adults, and my grandparents were adults, and they were dealing with crap that we just don't have to deal with today, right? and so I think the marching thing.
When I say I don't mean marching in general. I mean like you hear about somebody gets killed. There's
right.
That particular person, and then you hear nothing. I don't hear anything else about You know,
I
You
think
know
I
what?
think I think Officer Dirk Chauvin, I pronounced his name right, is in prison right now. He's in prison right now because of the uproar of 2020, summer of 2020 uproar,
Of
and
marching.
yeah, I think that protest and that marching and everything that went down, as horrific as it was, I think that was the only way. That was unfortunately the only way to get this cop put in prison for the rest of his life.
Where
Because
there's death, there's rebirth.
without what happened, you know, the summer of 2020 didn't happen after the murder of George Floyd. That dude would probably be still a police officer right now.
And
You know,
I want to salute marching. I'm not going to be out there marching. I salute the ones that did go out there marching, our people before us, and the young people today. We needed that. We needed to see that. We needed to go out there and protest. And if, like he said, if it wasn't for protest, we would not have a lot of things today. You wouldn't have a lot of people coming in this country if it wasn't for protest and equal rights. We had to stand up, because it's ridiculous how they is treating us, and still to this day. So now, like you said, we have opportunity. We can do so much more that we couldn't do before.
yes, we can do a lot now. We have a little freedom, but not
Just a
too much
little,
freedom.
just a
So
little.
don't think we're not being watched. We're being watched.
All the time.
But didn't our show get kicked off of TikTok last week or something like that? So we're being watched. You know what I'm saying?
And YouTube. It's
And
not even
YouTube.
on YouTube. You have
I
to.
didn't know that. Yeah, so we're being watched right now. We have a certain amount of freedom, but don't think we're not being monitored. People are going, hey, check out this show, The Black Therapy. They kicking knowledge. In America, when you kick knowledge, you become a target. So that's the sacrifice you make. You start kicking knowledge, you become a target, right?
And it's our knowledge through our experience.
We're not.
It's not everybody experience, and we have the right to have our experience and talk about it, and we can be able to help others because there's many out there that's going through it also.
That is true.
So Up Running said, this is to you, Kevin, I guess. Oxtail is $15 a pound, bro. When you buy from Chinese, you don't know what you're getting. It could be you put a dog. It could be dog meat.
Dang. I'll remember that next time I go spend $40 for 3 oxtails and a pile of rice.
But was it good?
Huh?
Was it good?
The oxtail was for Patricia. I don't eat oxtail, but I do jerk chicken. But that's my favorite Jamaican dish is jerk chicken, and hers is oxtail. So every once in a while, so we do Jamaican food like once a month. We love it. It's just expensive. And you're right. I mean, maybe it's cheaper to make Chinese food. Maybe Indian food is cheaper to prepare. I'm not a chef. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I cook oxtail once a year, maybe.
Right, you got to go look for the ox.
Yeah. That's because you can only afford it once a year, Carl.
What I'm saying. So Donna, what up, Donna? Donna Haygood says, I don't think we really overcharge. We don't have distribution. She's talking about black businesses overcharging black neighborhoods. I don't think we really overcharge. We don't have distribution like Walmart or other stores that can buy cheap and in bulk. So she's saying, and I've heard that before. Black businesses have to charge the prices they do, but they don't have the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they put tax on it. They put black people tax on it.
Have a higher overhead,
Yes, they do. I have been in that situation.
And I know that for a fact, like all the Korean stores, they all band together and help each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you open a hair store and there are other Korean stores around, the other Korean stores is not going to help you, buy stuff. And, they all kind of, they shut the black people out. Indian people
always.
Do it to black people.
Mm-hmm.
White people do it to black people. We just, but I guess
we gotta pay money. We gotta pay more money.
Right. They don't tell them about where they can buy stuff and how they can get stuff cheaper.
100% right.
They don't cooperate with us. So how can we fight this? Like,
y'all don't really believe this, do you?
No, we gotta get along. We have to learn how to get along with each other. We really do.
Oh my God. I love this show. I love doing this show.
You heard
Oh,
about your boy Brent Favre, what he was using the money for?
oh no, tell us, Tiffany.
They said he was using the money for some brain therapy or some brain pills or something they was doing for athletes that, you know, they brain be swelling and stuff.
Oh, that's some BS too. You
That's
know,
what they use the money for.
they're trying to find a reason to make him look good for stealing money. Basically, that's what it sounds like. The boy was stealing money, and they don't come up with all these excuses why he was stealing the money, so they don't have to prosecute him or keep it in the news cycle to make him look like a bad guy. If it was Michael Vick, they be talking about this so much right now that we'll have to cut off our electronics and we'll be tired of hearing about it. You know,
That's right.
if it was Mike Tyson or O.J. Simpson or anybody who stole that much money from charity, we'll be hearing, you know, LeBron James, anybody, we'll be hearing about it like crazy right now. So
you see that? And
I mean, the hammer comes down on us harder than they bring the hammer down.
Yes.
Why? I mean, like you just mentioned LeBron James, who signed a contract with Nike for $1 billion, right? I think
right.
correctly, he signed $1 billion.
What?
$1 billion.
You know what that means, right, Carl? He can afford to buy black. He can afford oxtail now.
Yeah. Here's what I don't understand, and I've said this on this show so many times. With LeBron James's billion, with Kanye's billions, Oprah's billions. I mean, we can't own a TV station. We can't own an NBC or ABC or CBS or Fox. We can't create our own media. We can't create our own narrative. We can't put our own news out. We can't. We don't
support it, man. We had when BT was black owned. Dude ran 2 Live Crew videos. When BT was black owned, the dude had ran a comedy show called Comic View that I was on. He paid us peanuts for doing that show, and then Bob Johnson, I'm talking about, paid us peanuts for doing that show. Where he's making millions in advertising. Then they did music videos. You know. That Donnie Simpson playing music videos, Chris Thomas doing Rap City, showing rap videos and stuff like that. And the hosts weren't making that much money for hosting these shows, and everybody was getting rich off of, Bob Johnson was getting richer off of advertising and not paying the entertainers on his network any money. And so when we do, like I said, we're our own worst enemy. But then he sold the company to Viacom, I think, and now, BT's no longer black owned, even though they still have black content on there, but we don't control what's on there because, it's not really black people putting this stuff on there. So just black players, right? So, and then you had Kathy Hughes, who had her station, and she was trying to do some things, but, black people, look, we had a black news station was on, and it got canceled because the ratings were so bad. The black news station, y'all remember that?
They don't want to support black.
So the black news station was on. I think what's his name? Lamont Hill was one of the hosts on there. Former CNN.
Yeah, that got canceled.
It got canceled because no black. Yeah, that network got canceled.
Yeah.
About 3 months ago, they canceled. They pulled it off the air because no black people weren't watching it. They're watching CNN, they're watching MSNBC, they're watching Fox, whatever they're watching for their news. They wasn't watching that. That's why they pulled the shit off. The ratings were so bad. We got more ratings for this show. So they pulled it off, man. It got pulled off the air, bro. And that's what I'm saying. We don't support stuff that's out there for us, and how we're going to have anything. I try to watch it because I wanted to keep it on the air. I'm a news junkie anyway, so I like to. I was watch. I mean, we used to watch it, but wasn't enough people watching it. Got kicked off the air. Same thing with, like I told you about Michael Bazin, man. Michael Bazin was playing music. As soon as he started getting into talking about politics and uplifting his people and kicking out knowledge, all of a sudden Michael Bazin got canceled.
Yeah.
Tom Joyner, who was starting to do the same thing a little bit, all of a sudden Tom Joyner's off the air, so yeah, all this is not by mistake, bro, so I mean, I just think that, we have to support stuff in droves by mega numbers,
for them to
And even BT had a late night news that came on. They had a primetime news thing that came on, and that got canceled because everybody's watching. As soon as the music videos went off, people would turn the channel. They wouldn't stick around to see the news anchor. Roland Martin was one of the first BT hosts, I believe, who had his news show. And then Roland Martin went over to TV One to do his thing for Kathy Hughes' station, and I was on his show. I was on his morning show. It was shot in Washington D.C., and that got canceled. So Roland Martin he was doing his morning thing, telling the news, kicking knowledge on a black station, Kathy Hughes, black-owned station. What ratings weren't good, they canceled his show. Now, what is Roland Martin doing? He's doing a YouTube podcast. He's doing what we're doing right now, you know? And so, yeah, it's crazy.
More independent, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we got to support these things when we have them, you know?
Yeah.
And that's real.
So, I mean, we're going to wrap it up, but I mean, it looks like when it comes to anything intellectual, like black people seem to lose interest.
Unfortunately, you're right, Carl.
Yeah.
But we're just not going to listen to a black man anchor the news. I mean, we'll turn in and watch Don Lemon maybe on CNN. We might turn in and watch Black Man on Lester Holt on NBC in the evening or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But we're not going to tune into TV One and watch Roland Martin do a half an hour of news. We're just not. We're going to find something else we got to do. And that's why those shows get canceled. So,
Real Wives of Atlanta or Real Wives of California or whatever.
Oh, the ratings are booming, baby. The ratings are booming on that.
No, but things is changing. If you really look at the news or what's going on, they put in a lot of black women up there, and I was shocked and surprised. And the only reason why I think they're doing that because they're trying to be more diverse.
Well, no, Witchcom just got canceled. So Witchcom, Tiffany Cross, who was on MSNBC, just got canceled, and her show had high ratings. You heard about her? She was good too. Strong sister, man. Good show, and her show got canceled. And the other black girl on there was really upset about it. Can't think of her name right now, but she was really upset about it because
Joy Reid.
Joy Reid went on air. Google her statement. She went on air and put her job on the line because she was very adamant about Tiffany Cross being booted off of MSNBC. She was not happy about it, and she made it clear. She made it clear she wasn't happy about it. So she put her ass on the line for her sister Tiffany Cross. So yeah, check that out, man.
That's what happens when you work for the man.
And there was no excuse for them canceling that girl's show. She was doing a good job. She had high ratings. They just, it's a shakeup happening with the news now. It all started with Chris Cuomo losing his late night spot on NBC on CNN, and then Don Lemon is now off of late night and moved to the morning. So they're doing some stuff right now. They're doing some sneaky shit
in the industry.
Well, they're trying to get rid of all the voices that used to ride Trump. They try to get rid of those voices. They got rid of Don Lemon from the late night and put him on the softer version of CNN, which is the morning show. So he can't be so adamant and voice his opinion so hard. Chris Cuomo, who were getting everybody's ass, those Republicans and anybody else, he got booted off. They used the excuse that he supported his brother.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't support their brother, right? So they use that excuse that, you're supporting your brother. They got rid of Como, by the way, which I think was another tricky thing. I think that was all BS too, to take him down.
President.
Yeah, they thought he would be able to become president. That's why they took him down, So yeah, it's all, nothing's by mistake, bro. Nothing's by mistake.
All right, we gotta go, and I want to thank everyone for watching the show. Thank you.
Thank you
so much. Again, happy birthday to Kevin and Tiffany.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let me look at my wallet, see if I got enough money for oxtail. Oxtail money.
And, before we go, Kevin, did you learn anything, or you want to share anything with our audience before we go?
Who, me or Tiff?
Yeah, Kevin? Did you learn, or you want to share anything?
Oh yeah, I just learned that we got a damn good show.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. That's what I learned, and I appreciate everybody's opinion. I appreciate everybody watching, and that's why we're here to dialogue. And we're going to disagree sometimes on things, but we disagree respectfully, and that's what it's all about. So we learned a lot, and so it was a good show, and appreciate y'all watching. See y'all next Sunday.
All right.
Yes. Hey, everybody. Thank you again for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and share and leave a comment. Also, if you have any questions or you want to tell us anything, you can reach us at the Black Therapy Show at gmail.com. And this year I learned is to love yourself and be who you are and not let nobody else tell you nothing else.
All right. And I want to add something I learned. I learned that marching does do something.
Yeah, you was about to get it.
That is why I do this show. This is why I love you guys, and this is why I appreciate and I tell you guys, thank you for sticking with me.
Right. Amen. Amen.
As long as I have been in this country, I still learn stuff from you guys.
Thank you.
And I got some shit from a previous co-host about being from the Caribbean and not, understanding, but I'm trying to understand. You know what I mean? And when I said marching doesn't really do anything, because when the marching's over, what happens after that? I'm not seeing what happens, but it does do something. It does make people, it does bring, it does draw people attention. It does make people say, hey, we better stop doing what we're doing because these people, are serious. You know what I mean? So I did learn tonight that there is, even though I might not see what happens after the march, there is.
It's not drastic change, but there's change that does happen and take place. There's some work that goes in. I mean, it does something. It doesn't heal the whole wound,
right?
But it does put a Band-Aid on it. Let's literally put it that way.
But also, we don't want to forget when they don't talk about it no more, Carl, it's because they got paid off.
Right. Absolutely.
Once you got paid, you don't supposed to talk about it anymore. So, people did get their monies or, whatever, and they moved on. But marching, we needed it. We salute who did march.
Absolutely. And I appreciate, that's why I told you, that's why I love you guys. That's why I love doing this show, because I learned so much. So thank you everybody for watching the show. And we will be here again next Sunday, 7 p.m. So please tell your friends, your family. And we love you. And like I always say, tell the people you love that you love them because they are not psychic.
And I always end the show by saying, no matter what happens this week, keep Ben Crump out your house.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from we helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. Be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. With Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We'll be giving you empathy, we won't challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from our God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.